Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Fall 2019 Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. You've got a fever, and the only cure is more rando. Tonight, we have Game 2 between Khloe Prower and Osse101. Osse coming in with a one-game lead. So we'll see what happens tonight. My name is Tao Decay, and I am pleased as punch to be joining Tracy M. as a commentator tonight. Tracy, how are you doing this fine Friday evening?
Oh, this is a great Friday evening. Lots of Link to the Past going on. Two very good runners. Really excited to see this match. Going to see some map compass, as you said, so that's always fun. Always like to see some of these different settings and see how the runners deal with it.
Yeah, now map compass, I'm not 100% sure of. Could you give us the rundown?
Sure. So map compass, some people have called it Key Sanity Light. What this does is it puts the maps and the compasses into the item pool. So each dungeon will now have two more actual items in it. Of course, it could be maps and compasses, but not necessarily for that dungeon. The maps will tell you whether the dungeons are crystal or pendant. So if you don't have a map and you aren't able to look at the map with the map, you won't know for sure whether you're getting a pendant or a crystal until you actually defeat the boss. The only exception is you can talk to Sarasolov to get the green pendant location, and you can talk to the bomb vendor to get the red crystal locations. The compasses don't do a whole lot. They're just going to give you an extra bit on your HUD to tell you how many chests you've opened. But that is a thing that you get. So yeah, that's the main differences with map compass here.
Excellent. And we are off. We've got Khloe getting an early power glove out of the Sank chest, Osse getting that Eastern Palace compass right out.
Yeah, and to talk about these runners a little bit, a lot of you are probably familiar with Khloe. He does a lot of the the daily races. Osse is a newer runner. Came about the time that the SMZ3 came about, and interestingly enough, whereas most people that do the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer come from one or the other of the games, Osse actually pretty much picked up both at the same time, so he's come a long way from that. And you see Khloe just picking up a map of Turtle Rock. So when he gets to the Dark World and he menus, he'll be able to tell whether Turtle Rock is a pendant or a crystal.
Yeah, that Turtle Rock intel, definitely not something you want to wait on.
No, absolutely not. Okay, and now let's see. We're going to go to town. Little slightly different routes that I'm used to, getting into Osse going into the Lost Woods and Khloe going south to north, probably hoping to get these bombs. I actually got 2 of the 50-50 bomb bushes, so that's really useful.
Yeah, some very nice luck for Khloe there.
And getting 2 of them is really nice because now you can do the race game, and then if you don't want to buy bombs and you don't get any in any chests, you can actually there's a little bomb house on the lower left-hand side of the town that you can bomb open and get 4 bombs every time you go in there.
Yeah, so Khloe checking out the race game, seeing a cape on that ledge, and he's going for it. He wants that cape.
Yeah, you'd hate to leave that behind and find out there's something on Bumper Ledge later on. Plus, the cape is a nice safety item in general.
Yeah, we don't know if we're going to need to go to Meyer. May need that cape for some Vidi strats later on, or maybe just for Spike Cape.
Okay, we're going to start seeing what's in town here from Osse's side of things. Yeah, let's see what our library item is. It looks like just 10 arrows, so we're not going to go back there.
No, not very exciting reading.
Not at all. Oh, and a moon pearl already. Not much you can do with it yet until they get a hammer, or another glove.
No, always nice to see it. And Khloe grabbing that bottle in town. Another nice find early on. Get to check out.
Yeah, nice to not leave that sick kid check behind. Just get it over with right away. Especially since it's only 5 rupees. Hate to come all the way back to town just for that.
Well, he probably couldn't get to his wallet. That was all he had on him.
There you go. Yeah, let's see what the well has for us today. When a map for Eastern Palace is a nice thing to get if you're going to get a map, especially this early, so you know whether going to Eastern is going to be a crystal or a pendant, especially if you end up getting a bow. Well, we got a quake in the well, not much else.
Yeah, this early Kakariko being a little dry for us today.
Yeah, Moon Pearl is nice, but doesn't actually get us anything yet.
Also doing a little bit of rupee farming here. Gonna go hit up that bottle then.
It's our last chance to get something here. And a red boomerang.
Now, are you a fan of the red or the blue boomerang?
I just like having a boomerang myself. I'm not good enough to make it to make a difference.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm a big hookshot fan myself.
I love the hook shots. My favorite actual item.
Me too. I hope that we get to see that in this.
Well, interestingly enough, if this turns out to be a quote unquote hover seed, Osse has become rather famous for doing the Moldorm bounce strats with the bombs up in Ganon's tower. So it'd be cool if we got to see that. But right now, everybody's just doing... They're each doing what the other's already done. So we'll be done with town very soon.
Yeah, Osse's probably gonna do the same thing as Khloe, make a little stop at the race game, grab that cape, and then maybe we'll see some of the Southern Sphere Zero checks out.
Makes a lot of sense. Osse just gonna blind check the race game. Makes sense. In this early in the game, there's very few things that you would turn down.
Yeah, especially after that Kakariko, just seeing so few items, it's worth the risk, the gamble, the extra.
Looks like Chloe's gonna follow those gloves to the back of Escape.
Now let's see what we got back here.
Blue mail, a lamp, and a heart. So blue mail is certainly a nice safety item, and the lamp means we don't have to do dark rooms, which is always nice. Although, as I keep saying, if you're going to be in the top 128, you probably can do all the dark rooms.
Yeah, definitely. Although it is a nice safety item to see early on, along with that blue mail, and the heart counts are still low enough that that's a reassuring.
Yeah, and especially the lamp. I mean, as much as they all can do these dark rooms, it certainly makes them a lot faster if you can see.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Chloe heading over to Easter. We're not going to see a South Shore check. Let's see if Osse heads over there. Okay, Osse going to head over to South Shore. So we'll see some different checks at the same time here. See if Chloe remembers. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have a green pendant in Skullwoods. And so that will show up on the map when they get to the Dark World, or when Chloe gets to the Dark World. And flippers.
Ooh.
That just opened up a whole bunch of new stuff. Unfortunately, nowhere near Zora money right now, and it's nice to pair those flippers checks with the Zora check.
Yeah,
right now can't do that.
Yeah, gotta be thinking a little frustrated with the stinginess of the seed so far, not being able to just rush up to Zora there.
Okay, so the question about Houlihan being a good play now. With the flippers, one of the favorite spots to do that is now not available to Chloe. There is a place, I believe you can do it in the graveyard area where you go to the back of Escape. Apparently it's a lot more precise to do it that way.
Yeah, I'm personally nowhere near skilled enough to do any of those, so I just assume what the runners are doing is best. And
There you go.
saw Aussie turning up his nose at the blue meringue outside of the dam.
And interesting use of the bee. So we saw Khloe earlier turning in that bee for some money. So far,
Yeah,
we're
no,
not seeing much in Eastern either.
yeah. So far, still a very kind of stingy seed. I mean, we got some good quality of life already, but on the other hand, almost no offensive power of any.
Yeah, we have a boomerang. That's our offense right now. Because you can't even use Quake because we don't have a sword.
Yep, you got it. You can stun stuff and you can blow it up. That's about it for these
That's
runners.
all we got. But at least if they were to go, say, the front of escape, having that boomerang makes it a little bit easier to set those bombs in the right place.
Oh, that is a great point. And more bombs.
More bombs. Hey, well.
I'm sensing a trend.
And ironically, Osse doing all this with fake flippers, having not gotten them in Saraslo's closet yet.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's ending up going here first,
Yep.
being the one without the flippers.
But unless we get two big 300s or a 300 and a 100, we're not getting our Zord, and that's not going to do it. Oh, and Osse going to throw a bottle and get a free red goo, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, not bad, but still, again, Eastern Palace being dry, not a whole lot of great stuff. So
No. And this could be one of those situations where they need to get to Zora. Now, they do have Death Mountain open to them with the lamp and the gloves. So they can go up there and check the stuff there and rescue the old man. But one interesting a lot of runners will tend to forget, and I actually even forgot about this until I saw someone do this. I think it was in a daily. There is a rupee room in Eastern Palace that Khloe could have gone to before leaving that might have helped get towards that Zora money.
oh, that's right. And I think Aussie seeing was that a book on the ledge there?
I did not see. I'll trust. I'll trust that you saw that.
To be completely honest, I missed it. I'm just going by what chat's saying.
Okay. Well, chat says book. I'll trust them. Enough people are saying book.
Chat's a very reliable resource.
Oh, and a bow in the.
Oh, there we go.
That's actually really big. Now Osse has a good reason to go over to Eastern, and probably full clear it.
Yeah, the seed being again being a little dry, a little stingy, but actually pointing directly to Eastern Palace now.
And Osse will get those flippers and realize didn't have to do all that fake flippering, but not that difficult for these runners to do that, so not that bad.
Yeah, it's not like he had Zora money or anything else. He was going to have to go up there, back up there anyway.
Yep. Especially if that book ends up being required. So the other thing I'm going to note here about the map compass, we talked about how we don't know what dungeons have what without some sort of map, or if they're the green pendant and the two red crystals. So another thing this means is that the music is no longer tuned to being a pendant or a crystal. So it doesn't matter. The music is randomized, so whatever music you get, it's not going to tell you anything.
Yeah, that's a great point. The music being a nice audio cue for most seeds, not applying to that.
So don't let that crystal dungeon music fool you. We don't know yet. I thought one of them picked up the map to Eastern. I didn't see either one do a map check, so someone must have, because I'm seeing a crystal, our tracker, Lumaga, doing a wonderful job in letting us know. So whoever checked their map, we missed it.
Yeah,
But that's good for Osse. This will be a crystal for him. So
yeah, I believe it was Khloe that did the map check.
and you actually get the weird thing of everyone. Sometimes you'll get GT with pendant music, which is a little weird.
You know, I've always thought it was weird that GT didn't have the opening castle music in it. It seemed like a underuse of that score.
I think they should. I agree. That should be used on there. I mean, it's the best of the music, and you only get to hear it at the beginning of the game, and when you do AGA in a normal NMG run.
Yeah,
or
it's
a normal,
a
just
beautifully
general play.
epic track.
So yeah, you can see now, if you see but below the rupee count and the bomb count on Osse's screen, that's what the compass serves. So Osse's has opened 3 out of 6, or done 3 out of 6 locations, and therefore you can see now 4 out of 6. You can see exactly what he's done. So he can keep better track of what he's opened, what he hasn't.
Yeah, very nice little quality of life improvement. Not that runners of this caliber necessarily need that. And now Khloe, with the advantage of having flippers, is going to go ahead and skip the Zora check and go grab that book.
Yep, and technically could full clear desert. Would have to use the bow at the moment to finish it.
Yep, Khloe got to the point that Osse just got to, which was checking the 5th item location, and then had to bail due to the lack of bow. But we'll probably be paying a visit there very shortly to finish it up.
Yeah, and let me correct myself for a second, since of course we don't have boots yet. We don't know if desert will be full clearable. Still, the bow maybe not the easiest way without, unless you have silver arrows, not the easiest way to get through that.
Oh no, definitely not.
But it is heading that direction, since at least it's a bunch of new checks. Probably hoping to save Eastern, the finish of Eastern for when you can maybe route Pod in with it.
Yeah, that would be a great routing choice by Khloe, and it does seem to be the play at the moment. Osse, meanwhile, firing off arrows like a madman.
And a very nice job with that quick kill. And just a bottle. So no progression here. Other than getting a crystal, which of course we always like.
Yeah, just, well, one crystal down, but yeah, it looks like Osse is going to be a similar boat to Khloe. You're going to need to head back up, get that book, and go on over to the desert.
Okay, maybe he's gonna go rescue the old man. Do the little bit of Death Mountain they can do.
Oh, excellent, excellent point.
If nothing else, you get a save quit spot up in the mountain, which is always useful. It's always preferable to go to desert if you have the boots, and of course we don't have those yet. Not just because you know you can full clear it, but there's so many open spaces that you want to be able to run in.
Yeah, if you could somehow find those boots, the earlier the better. It's kind of like the lamp. The fact that this was found so early on, not just as a light source, but also as the fire source for stuff like the back of desert. Assuming this does end up being a crystal form. I didn't quite catch what was on the lumberjack there.
And we are not boots locked to desert, so Khloe can full clear this.
All right, so a heart on lumberjack. Aghanim not necessarily required yet. We will find out if that's true probably after these Death Mountain checks.
Yeah, not really feeling like an Agassiz since we haven't seen a sword yet, but we don't know yet. All I saw was something red there on the torch. Oh, and there's that hammer.
Yep,
So we
there
are
it
not
goes.
not an Agassiz. Doesn't open up anything in the mountain since we don't have the mirror to get up there, but 2 more items we can look at, one we can get if we need it.
Yeah, and finally a non-consumable way to do damage, which the seed has been lacking so.
Yep. Okay, just a rupee there in Spectacle Rock Cave, so we don't care about that. And I suspect Ossie's just gonna head straight to the Dark World.
Come on, Ossie, show us that hype cave. I mean, it's gotta have something at this point, right?
Something's gotta be somewhere. Okay, what do we have here? We got a compass, a map to Skullwoods, a map to Swamp Palace, bombs, and a compass.
Unfortunately, we did already know that Skullwoods is green pendant, so not great value with that map.
Let's see if Ossie will talk to the bomb vendor over here. Oh, probably looks like he's not going to go there. Now, keep about Khloe showing us how to do this with a bow and arrow only. So far, so good. Oh, nice.
Yeah, some good precision shooting so far.
Gonna use that red potion. And finishes off the fight, has 8 arrows left, so very, very nicely done. Unfortunately, all he gets for his trouble is 5 rupees.
But a crystal.
It is a crystal, so that's good news. It looks like Ossie's gonna follow that bow straight to Pod.
Yeah, when
As
you've got the lantern, the bow, the hammer, hard to turn it down.
Yep, can absolutely full clear this. Oh, maybe we're going to see a front of escape here from Khloe. So that'll be a new check for us. I believe we saw Uncle earlier on Ossie's side, but we have not seen anything else in the front of escape.
Yeah, just I think Uncle just having a piece of heart, but nothing else in the front. Hopefully, maybe we'll find a sword here or some other utility.
Yeah, and chat making a good point. Yeah, there is a... Osse could choose to farm up all those rupees in the rupee rooms. That'll help get towards Zora money. A little less of a priority at this point since there's a lot more checks that are open up to them now.
It's a very good point, but then again, if Osse maybe finds out that that desert palace knowledge, maybe it's going to make that book look a little bit more appealing,
Yep.
make the rupee farm a little bit more of a priority.
And we were not bow locked. Not that it matters when you have the bow. So for our heart container. Okay, what's the first item in escape? Arrows. And of course, we're at the part of pod that is mostly keys.
As they say, the mullet mansion, business in the front, party in the.
And since we know there has to be at least 4 keys in these first 6 chests, if we see an item in one of these chests coming up, Osse will not have to check the big key chest because that'll have to be a key. There's another key. And the big key. So there might be something in that big key chest. Oh no, there won't be. That big key counting as a non-key item in this case. And we'll be able to skip it. And just a shield. So, front of escape, not giving us anything.
Yeah, bit of a bust there. Too bad.
Oh, this is interesting. Looks like Osse's going to go straight to the back. And just kill the boss here.
Yeah, this is a very interesting idea. I'm not sure I've ever seen anybody do this before.
I mean, obviously, if you're go moding pod and you can do it like that, that's great. But so often you're not go moding this dungeon. Also, it also requires the key layout to be specific, done in a way that you can get there at this point. That big key allowing him to do this. It's like Khloe's going to go rescue the old man. So we'll get that hammer. Yeah, and chat making a good point. After Osse defeats the boss, he'll get a free warp to the front of the dungeon, then can save and quit straight from the big chest, since we don't have the mirror, and can avoid the pesky death warp.
That is a very good point, actually, for routing purposes.
And no sword to help us out here, so just gotta do this straight up with hammer.
Osse putting that bow to some good use again, and let's see what Pod has for us.
Got a piece of heart and another crystal.
All right.
Okay, Khloe now having his hammer, gonna go ahead and go straight to the Dark World. Probably gonna start with Pod. We'll see if he follows in Osse's footsteps or does something different. Osse gonna finish up the checks in pod.
It's possible Khloe could do a slight route divergence, but being in a similar boat to Osse with all the stuff you would need to clear pod, be interesting to see if he decides against anything else other than that pyramid check.
Yeah, and Osse doing a bomb jump that you don't see very often, but certainly is useful in this case, and probably faster than going around the way you would normally go. Oh, and mitts!
Ooh.
So it's a good thing Osse did come back in. Is gonna farm some of these rupees. Didn't get all of them, but certainly gonna get a bunch of them. Okay, now we're gonna talk to the bomb vendor. Let's see what those 5-6 crystals are. Dark Palace and Misery Mire. So Osse already having the pod crystal. Just would need the Misery Mire one to be able to do the Pyramid Fairy. Although we're a little ways off from being able to do that since we don't have a flute, we don't have a cane. And who knows if Quake will be the medallion that we need for that.
Yeah, Meyer is certainly a ways off right now.
Yep. And some more bombs. Ooh, and Khloe dying before getting to pod.
That is too bad. Well, now we'll see what Osse decides to do. It looks like probably going to go to Village of Outcast, perhaps having started at Sank with that Titans.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thieves Town is a full clearable dungeon. Don't even have to worry about the big chest. You got the hammer. Don't know if it's a pendant or a crystal yet.
I believe we got the map to Thieves Town. We're probably just waiting on a map check right now.
Also nice with the myths, you can do this the easy, short way to get to the Dark World. Looks like Osse's gonna do a little skull woods dipping. Doesn't have the fire route, so can't full clear this anyway.
Yep, we do know this is the green pendant thanks to Sahasrara, but we can at least get a look at the front, see what the dungeon's holding.
Always a little weird to see the setup for a bomb jump when you don't have a sword.
Okay, big chest, small key.
And some rupees. Some bombs, so that's 2 items. There'll be 2 more. And they won't be in the front. And the pinball room, a really good room to do a death warp from.
Yeah, so Skullwood's going to remain a little bit of a mystery for us if there's any other goodies hidden.
And Osse gonna do the north area, not gonna go to Thieves Town. I would say maybe hoping to get some maps, but oh, and that cape was required.
The bumper ledge check paying off. Look at that.
Although I guess technically the mirror might not be required if we don't have to do swamp.
But we do
But
have
you're
to
not
do
going to turn
misery.
it down.
Very true. Very
We're
true.
not going to turn that down. And there's lots of checks you can do with the mirror that may or may not be required, so. And actually, that's a really good spot for it because if Osse's going to route in all these North Dark World checks, he can now make sure he gets Graveyard Ledge as well.
Yeah, Graveyard Ledge. This makes Catfish open in just 100 rupees for that Zora check. And also, when he gets over to Village of Outcasts, is going to make that Smith chain that much more.
Can't check King's Tomb yet, though. No boots. Unless this is boots.
It might be. It seems like the seed's finally starting to ease up a little bit.
Yeah. But no, just 20 bucks. As we inch closer to that Zora check.
Yeah, getting really close.
Okay, looks like Ozzy's not going to continue all the way to Catfish. He's going to head back to town. Maybe now we'll do the Thieves' Town dip. Of course, 3 items here in town that you can check first.
Yeah, doing blind with a hammer is not as fun as doing it with even a fighter sword. So I wouldn't fault them for checking everything.
Yeah, where are those swords? We are 36 minutes in and we have not seen a sword on either side yet.
You know, at this point for blind, I'd even take a cane of Burna, you know?
Oh, I love blind with a cane of burner, although that uses up your magic pretty darn quick. Okay, looks like we have a pendant at Turtle Rock.
And another one at Swamp Palace.
So that pretty much tells us everything we need to know. Between the 2 runners, we know what everything is.
So that mirror technically not required after all, but still, great quality of life.
Well, we don't know for sure it's not required, but it's not required for a crystal. Now, we hope it's not required for swamp. Never like to go into swamp if you don't have to. Now, Myra is not a pendant. It's a 5/6 crystal. So right now you can see on the tracker we have everything marked. Between the 2 runners, we've seen enough of the map and enough of the NPCs that tell us things that we know where everything is. Khloe getting his mitts.
Let's see how much of the rupee farm he does here.
Yeah, looks like he's going for a little bit more of it. No, maybe a little bit more of it. A lot more on the left side of it.
There we go. Khloe wants that cash for Zora.
And it looks like Khloe is going to go ahead and full clear this before heading to Helmasaur.
Yeah, given the fact that Chloe already cleared Desert Palace, mostly cleared Eastern, and with his current inventory, it's hard to fault him for just clearing out Potty. Okay, that happened.
Did I miss Chloe? No, wait. Chloe did do the boss fight. I think. He must have, and then he must have. Yeah, he must have done it. There's no way.
Did he do the same thing Osse did? We just missed.
Chat confirming it. Yeah, I
Okay.
think I saw it going. I was paying too much attention to Osse since Osse was doing new things.
It's the other commentator's curse is paying attention to the one that's doing new things.
Yep. Little unfair because we have two very good runners here. We want to be able to give them equal attention. But so far, not seeing a whole lot in Thieves Town. Still no sword. And Chloe now knows his entire map.
Yeah, still
looks like we're gonna get a Skullwoods dip here too.
Yeah, and Osse, meanwhile, still nothing but bombs and arrows.
Let's see how Osse does on the blind fight with the hammer.
Did Blind just say that?
Yeah. And just 50 rupees. But
just enough for Zora.
We have enough for Zora now. If Osse's inclined to go there. There's a lot of other checks you could do. You could do the Smith's Chain at this point. We could do ice. No, we can't do ice. No fire rod, no bombos. We get to ice.
You gotta say hi. That's about it.
Yep. Also, not having the hookshot for Ice Palace is not a fun thing. Oh, Chloe gonna go deeper into Skull Woods, so we'll get at least one new check here. While Osse's doing the dig games, we're gonna get 2 new checks here.
I believe there were still 2 items left in Skullwoods.
I believe so. And just a container heart at the dig game. Osse gonna farm up extra rupees here, it looks like.
Yeah, replace that Zora money. There we go.
And Chloe just gonna let the hand pick him up. I didn't see what the item there was, but I'm guessing by the tracker that there wasn't much interesting. And still, no sword. I was sure Blind was gonna have a sword. I mean, how many times have we seen that one? But not today. Maybe the sword. Maybe the breadsmiths here will give us a sword.
That'd be nice, but with the way this seed's been going, they're going to give us like a, I don't know, maybe a mushroom.
Chloe sees that mirror, definitely wants it. Just some bombs behind hammer pegs.
Bombs everywhere in the seed.
We're seeing all the bombs.
All right, Smiths, come on.
A compass. That's what you've been spending your time making? A compass?
You think they could put their skills to better use?
You'd think. Oh, we got a purple chest to turn in. Now, Khloe gonna do that graveyard list check. Maybe he'll go further on.
You'll see if he gets to catfish while Osse goes down. We're going to get a cave 40, 45 or 49? It's 45.
45.
I don't know where 49 came from, to be honest.
And ironically, with that first Smith's check, Osse now down below that money amount for Zora again.
Yeah. This seed.
Okay, let's see if Stumpy has anything for us.
More bombs, I'm going to say, based on the seed so far.
Let's change it up. Maybe some arrows. Oh, just a map to Ice Palace. But we already know the Ice Palace is a crystal. So at this point, the maps aren't telling us anything new.
Yep, the maps have lost their value, so of course they're all going to pop up right now.
Yep. Okay, purple chest. What do you got for us today? Give us something good. Or not.
Zora money!
Zora money!
I think this is the...
Yeah, we're starting to run out of overworld places. I wonder if Osse's going to go ahead and dip swamp at this point. Or not.
Yep, that looks like a no.
Maybe ice?
Maybe go and get that sword in Lake Hylia.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I know we already said you can't do ice. No fire rod, no bombos, so forget I said that.
Yeah, maybe warping up to Zora, as chat has already pointed out.
Hey,
there we go!
We have a sword.
Just over 46 minutes, our first sword, ladies and gentlemen.
Meanwhile, Khloe gonna fall into Thieves Town and get the bad news that there's nothing here. But a crystal. So at least you have to do it.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend so far. Nothing too interesting in the dungeons, but the consolation prize, you're getting one of those crystals out of them.
Yeah, and it's kind of odd because I feel like in the map compass shuffle, the dungeons are going to be higher worth, just because there's those 2 extra items that don't have to be maps and compasses, but not so far today.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, this seed is wanting to, it wants to show off that's unique. It's not going to be stereotyped with all the other map compass seeds.
There you go. And another compass. Osse says, I don't even want to stick around for that. And is going to spend that hard-earned 517 rupees on Zora. And then be poor and destitute again. Oh, that's right. Osse still hasn't picked up that book.
Yeah, Osse not realizing that, well, technically the book, well, we might want it for some of those, the medallion checks, so, I'm speaking too soon saying it's not needed, since we will eventually be getting to Meyer, and he does have the mirror.
Yep. And just a container heart.
Oh, sank heart. Yeah.
Well, good thing this isn't a spot where you want to death warp. Osse gonna pick up that book. Probably gonna follow it to desert at this point. We'll be able to full clear desert. Or not. We can check Dark Death Mountain the long way, so maybe that's where he's headed next.
Yeah, this seed not making anything easy for our runners.
Not at all. Now, of course, can't check everything here. No hook shot means hook shot cave is going to be locked off. And
Yeah.
no boots, so you can't even hover it. So really, I guess you just have Super Bunny Cave. You could use the cape to do Spike Cave. And you can at least check the Ether Tablet, even if you can't get the item there.
You know, again, a lot of consolation prizes, I suppose. Oh, that is true. This is our first trip to Hera.
That's right, we can do Hera at this point. Okay, just bombs.
More bombs, in case anybody was worried we didn't have enough.
Well, we're not going to get those bombs, so maybe we don't have enough. I don't know. Okay, this is a good play. Going ahead and doing Hera now. And in Map Compass, we are going to have to do, well, potentially more likely going to have to do the basement, unless the key is locked down there. Hey, look, a map to Thieves Town. They can tell us that it's a crystal dungeon now.
That we already collected. Thank
Yep.
goodness for that.
Chloe also getting those 50 rupees. And another map. Also gonna set up for the bomb jump here. This is a little tricky. 2 pixel, Y coordinate. Oh, and boots. Nice.
What are those?
Hey, we can move fast now. Anyway, does a good job getting that bomb jump.
Yeah, thankfully having the sword for this one.
So as much as it feels like Osse's in the lead, he still hasn't done Desert and Chloe has. So it's really hard to say who really is in the lead right now.
So, if I'm recalling correctly, Desert only had a shield in it, and oh, Osse with the fall.
Ouch.
All right, not too bad, only falling down the 1 level, but so we are going to have to go back to Meyer at some point, meaning that we can weave Desert into that with routing. So
Yes.
hopefully it won't take too long for Osse to take care of Desert Palace. Hopefully he can go mode.
No matter what, Osse's gonna save time over what Chloe did in Desert because he's got boots. And Chloe did not have the boots when he got there. And the small key, which means there's an item in the basement. Does Osse take the chance and leave it, or is he going to go back in?
I'm thinking at this point, you got to go back in.
It's a tough call, but really there's only a couple more items you can even check at this point. There's this one, like I said, Spike Cave and the 2 Super Bunny items. And actually now he gets access to 1 of the items in the Hookshot Cave with those boots. If he can hover, he can actually get all 4. I'm not sure what Osse's hovering skills are, though.
Yeah, also,
Chloe's going to do the Smith chain.
But yeah, basically every minute now that goes by where Osse has those boots from Hera, Chloe having Hera access is going to put Chloe just that much further behind. So we want Chloe to get up to Death Mountain as soon as possible.
Absolutely. But yeah, we are still very far away from go mode. We need a fire rod. We need a cane. Actually, do we even need I take that back. We do need a flute. We do need the cane, but we actually don't need the fire rod.
Oh yeah,
because we need a fire rod or bombos. But if we get bombos, we may not get a fire rod because we don't have to do Skull Woods, don't have to do TR.
I would love a fire rodless seed. I mean, I don't want to see the runners suffer per se, but I know that the audience likes to.
As long as we don't have to do the right side of GT. It is possible to do the right side of GT with just the lamp, but it's not exactly the easiest strat you'd ever see. Some tricky bomb jumping and yeah, whatnot.
Yeah. And the seed showing some renewed cruelty here with the 300 rupee drop in a chest after we just finished Zora.
Yep. Oh, and there's that hook shot in Paradox Cave.
Oh, the hook shot, finally! Now, hopefully this won't be 5 chests full of bombs, but we'll see.
Piece of heart, money, another piece of heart. Ether. And Kane. Okay,
Hey!
I was all ready to say it was like gonna be all money or an arrow. Hey, it's not all bombs at least, but no, we actually got something good there.
Yeah, they had us in the first half.
We do still need that flute. And we do need something for Ice Palace.
And Khloe finding the fire rod on the Bombos tablet, but
nice.
2 swords short. We are pushing 1 hour with Khloe not having a single sword.
Ouch. Okay, what does Super Bunny have for us? There's our flute and a compass.
All right, so Flute and Kane putting us that much closer to go.
I would actually call this no mode minus sword. Oh, and there's our sword. Okay, so Khloe really needs to get up to the mountain. And there's an ice rod. We don't want to use that though.
No, that would be unfortunate. And let's get that medallion glimpse here.
It's Ether.
Of course, not that we actually need to get into Turtle Rock.
Well, looks like Osse might be going for that. I don't know how much map checking Osse's done. He did not talk to the bomb vendor, so he might not know that for sure that this is not a crystal. Fortunately, he can't get very far without a fire rod, so... Well, he shouldn't be able to get very far. It is possible if the key layout is correct. You can get all the way down to Laser Bridge. But I don't think he's going to get that far. And I don't even know if he's even going to dip it.
Yeah, I think that Osse maybe got this knowledge from the map of Turtle Rock when he did a map check earlier.
Yeah, that may be as well. But he did just get the cane, so that may be why he's deciding to check it out now.
Now let's see how deep this Turtle Rock play goes. Meanwhile, Khloe, finally heading up to Tower of Hera, is going to be collecting those boots.
Okay, not what you want to see in this situation. That small key was going to lead Osse further on into Turtle Rock. The other more difficult part about doing TR without the fire rod is those pokies. I don't know what their actual name is. So much easier to kill when you just one shot them with a fire rod.
Yeah, if it's not Pokey, I have no idea. But yeah, we are at an interesting point right now because Khloe got that fire rod knowledge from that Bombos tablet check.
Mhm.
Osse has no idea where the fire rod is and is currently looking for either the fire rod or the Bombos tablet for the Ice Palace clear.
Yep.
So that's going to be a lot more check.
Yeah, it is very interesting because if Chloe just keeps on going to the mountain, going to be in go mode because going to get that Master Sword, going to get that hook shot, and going to get that knows where the fire rod is and is going to get the cane.
Couple emotional slashes there from Osse. Khloe nicely dealing with the angry Moldorm.
Gets that small key. Now he'll have to make the decision: do I continue and check the basement, or do I just move on and take the risk of not getting the item there?
Up, going back for that basement. Now Osse for the elusive Mimic Cave check.
And a nice safety in red mail, but definitely not what he was looking for. And does get a small key from the big chest, so can keep going. And is going to get all the way down to Laser Bridge.
Oh dear, what is going to be on that laser bridge? Maybe just a shield or two.
You know, yeah. I've always heard it was possible to get this far without a fire rod. I've actually never seen it. Just going deeper and deeper down that rabbit hole. Okay, let's see if Chloe decides to keep going on the Death Mountain checks. I'll be very happy if he does.
Yeah, hopefully he will take care of those caves before going to Turtle Rock and maybe getting sucked to the same situation. But then again, Chloe, knowing where the fire rod is,
Yep.
probably would maybe put off Turtle Rock.
I don't see Chloe going into Turtle Rock if he gets all these items. Let's see. Okay, so I missed the first Laser Bridge item. Piece of Heart in the second. $10 arrows. And rupees. And that's it. And it's gonna save and quit out.
Oh, hard luck for Osse there.
That's rough. Unfortunately, we knew it was going to happen since we knew the fire rod wasn't going to be in there, having seen it on the Bombos tablet.
Well, I mean, you always have that hope for maybe a fetch quest item or
Yep.
a Bombos, something like that.
Bombos would have been good for Osse because he then at least could have done ice. And more bombs at King's Tomb.
We heard you like bombs, ladies and gentlemen.
We definitely like bombs in this seed.
Chloe doing the room of early disappointments.
And I should also mention that we have not seen the Meyer area, so we don't know for sure that we can get in without a Bombos medallion.
That's quite true.
Khloe being in that sort of Schrodinger's go mode that people like to talk about. See if Osse goes and makes that check after he activates his flute here.
Yep, there we go. Meyer area check. See that medallion? Maybe get Desert Palace out of the way if it is Bombo.
I did not see it.
It is Ether Vanilla Medallion.
Well, then, Khloe doesn't know it yet, but with that Master Sword there, it's essentially in go mode because he'll be able to go get that Fire Rod. He knows where it is. And is not going to get sucked into Turtle Rock. Osse, in the meantime, is going to go ahead and do Desert here.
It's a good call. Take this one out. It's a little bit faster. And again, still looking for that Fire Rod or a Bombo.
A free red bottle, not a bad thing to get. I knew there was something red on that torch.
Yep, some more Kool-Aid for Osse because I believe he actually both of our runners got the red potion from the.
Yep. But yeah, unfortunately for Osse, we know that we're not going to see a Fire Rod or a Bombos here. So is not going to be able to get any real progression out of this, and is probably going to end up doing all of Meyer, whereas Khloe's going to be able to just go mode that. Now, at this point, there are some there are some luxury items that Khloe could want, another sword, maybe silver arrows, but nothing that he absolutely needs.
Khloe making an interesting play here, not going for Meyer area after getting that flute activated.
I think he's going to go get that Fire Rod.
Yeah, get that Fire Rod. You're absolutely right. I started talking before I thought about it.
The question is, does he check out the Meyer area first, or does he go do ice first? I would hope you'd go to the Meyer area, check out that medallion, make sure you are in go mode, and then, you know, the Ice Palace go mode is one of the nicest, between Ice Palace and Swamp, those are the two nicest go mode dungeons that we have.
Yeah, you definitely want that knowledge as soon as possible.
But let's go ahead and get that Fire Rod first. And there it is.
All right, so let's call it. What was that? 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 hour, 7 minutes, 10 seconds. That is go mode for Khloe.
And is going to go ahead and do Meyer. Sees that it's Ether. No doubt very happy.
Let's get some bird toss. Come on, Khloe. Osse with the very nice Ice Rod Landmo kill.
Very nice.
So what are we thinking here? We think Osse's going to go right into Meyer, or is he going to go gamble with some other overworld?
Well, he can do Meyer right now. I'd go right into Meyer. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to go mode it. He's going to checking the checkerboard cave first. That makes a lot of sense.
A Bombos, Bombos in here could be a game changer.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's a
Oh.
long ways away from getting to that Bombos tablet. But yeah, if he finds the Bombos medallion, that could catch him up pretty quickly. Just then he'd have to worry about a couple strats in the upper part of GT, and he'd hope that you don't have to do any crazy bomb jumps to get to the right side of GT.
Yeah, so Osse gonna go ahead and do the non-go mode mire. Meanwhile, Khloe getting that bacon in mind.
Yeah, and so far we haven't found a big key, so this is not the God Mire that I'm sure Khloe was hoping for. So that'll be good for Osse because he won't be able to go mode it anyway.
Unfortunately, though, Mire does have the cutscene room that is just the worst without fire rod.
Yeah, and Khloe is basically out of magic, so of course there's going to be a magic refill on the way up to that room, but it is going to go ahead and check this chest here in the main area before going up there. And there's the big key. We'll be able to skip the cutscene. And that tempered sword going to make that Ganon fight that much easier. Now, the difference between not having to do spins and being able to do a 12 spins in the last phase, since we don't have silvers rather than 24, it's pretty significant.
Yeah, at this point, our player is going to be hoping that the additional bow upgrade can be somewhere in GT or maybe in how many chests do we need to check to clear out Ice Palace?
We don't need to check any. There are a couple that are on our way. Of course, the item at Cold Stare. So I could see them checking those chests that are on the way. The very first one is not that far out of the way. The Freezor room, for instance. But we're going to see some very quick ice palaces here tonight. And frankly, I'm sure both these runners are more than comfortable doing this silverless. Probably not really going to go out of their way for anything. My guess is we're only going to see silvers if we see them as part of the big key hunt in GT.
Yeah, or one of those chests in the upper floors that you can kind of just grab on the way.
Also, I've just realized Khloe didn't ever go back and do Eastern.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a pit stop on the way up to
Yep.
GT.
Let's hope he doesn't forget.
Well, let's hope he notices his HP right now.
Yeah, there's that too. Okay, gotten through the hard part. Just don't get hit by the eyeball. Now just start spamming those arrows and he'll be fine.
All right, that's 5 of 7 for Khloe. So we still got Ice Palace go mode and gotta run out to Eastern Palace, get those Armos Knights down.
Whereas Osse will only have to do Ice Palace when done with this, but doesn't have Bombos, doesn't know where the fire rod is, can't even get past the first room of Ice Palace at the moment.
Well, on the plus side for Osse right now, the only other dungeon that he's got unexplored is and has access to is Swamp Palace, and it's going to be a hard sell to go down and into Swamp Palace without ducking over just to check the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, just getting into Swamp Palace is a slow process, having to go through and do the dam and then go to the Dark World, mirror, open up the dam, go back to the Light World, or go back to the Dark World.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see where Osse heads from here. Trying to think what he has. Oh, he's got Pyramid Fairy.
Pyramid Fairy. He's got Pyramid Fairy. He's got. Did he ever go to Catfish and Zor? We know Khloe did.
I'm pretty sure yes, due to their rupee counts. So
Okay.
we'll see after this Dark World Warp if he heads south for Bombos Tablet or north for Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, I bet it's gonna be one of those two. I can't imagine he wouldn't do both of those before doing Swamp.
Oh, it's north!
Osse, no! Unfortunately, this is not going to be quicker than Khloe having to go back to Eastern, I don't think.
Ambrose pointing out in chat, this could be Bombos.
That is true. That would be really interesting if this were Bombos.
You know, I'm really down for Bombos on Pyramid Fairy.
I really am, because not only does that make it really interesting in terms of Osse being able to catch up, just the differences in GT not having that fire rod.
Or what if Silvers are up here in Pyramid Fairy?
That'd be a bit of a time save. I don't know if it'd be enough of a time save. Assuming, of course, he gets over to the Bombos tablet next.
I think Bombos is going to be next for him. I'm trying to remember if he did Catfish or not. I really wish I could. Oh.
God, even if he hasn't, I just feel like doing Bombos just makes more sense. Do that first. Oh, did he ever do the front of escape? Oh, no, he didn't. Oh,
that's
no.
right. That's where the shield was. He's going to get his Fisher Price shield.
Yeah, Khloe did this quite a while ago. All very defensible checks. I mean...
Yeah, it's hard to fault any of these routing decisions.
I mean, Osse did not have the book because he did not have the flippers when he went to the Zora area. He had fake flippered over there. So he was not able to get it until later. And so when he was in that Bombos tablet area the first time, did not have the book to check it. Khloe, on the other hand, got his flippers before doing that initial check, and therefore was able to get the book right away, and thus have it for a lot longer.
Oh, wow. Well, Khloe, in the meantime, showing us that the bacon is mightier than the cotton candy. And that is 6 of 7 crystals. Just Eastern Palace for Khloe left.
Okay, so no doubt Khloe going to go ahead and finish off those Armos Knights. Not going to take very long to do that. Looks like going to stack up on some potions first.
Definitely a good play, especially having to do a potentially silverless Ganon at this point.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, Osse, back over here. Gonna go to the Dark World. Gonna go to Swamp. Gonna go to Bombos Tab. What are you gonna do, Osse? Oh,
This is
looking Bombos Tablet.
They're looking pretty Bombos right now.
Or okay, made the correct turn. Still gonna be a bit behind, I believe, but not nearly as much so as he would have been if he had gone to Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that would have been problematic. So we did see some rage slashes in Turtle Rock. Let's see if we get some more. Nah, he's got no time for that.
But this is going to turn into a pretty close race. We're going to see the big key routing could make a difference here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, there's still some key quality of life stuff in the tower. Half magic could maybe be a decider halfway up. Osse has got that red mail. Khloe is still on his first row of hearts. Maybe that could come into it with some of that sort of body shots you have to take in the gauntlet. We'll have to. And of course, the silvers. If the silvers is one person's route and not the other, that could be the entire seed, right?
As you can see, getting back to the end of Eastern Palace a lot quicker for Khloe than Osse getting to the end of Ice Palace.
Yeah, the first dungeon in the game versus one of the most tedious.
Yeah. Well, let's just be glad we don't have to do Ice Palace the way it's intended. Bomb jump giving us an easier option.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. All right, and that is 7 out of 7 for Khloe. I think that the bot is still broken.
But we can still play.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, you know how this goes. There are 22 locations in Ganon's tower for that big key. We have until Khloe enters the tower. Put your guesses in chat. The winner gets what is it? A lifetime of randomized seeds.
Sure. And of course, we have at least one person that has to just type tile room.
There's always the tile room. There's always the Bob's chest.
If you want tile room, just put 22. No one's going to do that earlier. I know it's not entirely true, but it is pretty rare.
I'll take Fire Rod room. That's an easy to remember one for me. Do you have a preferred location, Tracy?
I'll take the rando room. It seems to be there a lot for me.
Yeah, it's got to be used for something. Osse having a very nice cold stare fight there.
Interesting that Khloe's routing this way to get back up. I'm not sure if this is faster. I'm pretty certain it's faster to go this way if the portal's already open. Not sure if it's faster if the portal's not already open.
I can't answer that question because I'm not good enough at this game. But,
I'm not good enough at this game, but I know people who are.
It's like one of those 40 frame things or something. All right, so technically guesses are closed, even though people have stopped guessing already. No, that doesn't count, Dr. D.
Amazing Ampharos giving us the knowledge. It's still a little bit faster if you do everything correctly. Okay, which way are we going to go, Khloe? Going to start on the right side. Well, Osse going to go ahead and start his way up the mountain. That's chest 1 is rupees, number 2 is a small key. Gonna continue on the right side. No surprise, gonna skip that tile room.
Yeah, it's not shocking, that one.
And this is the room I was talking about that if you don't have Fire Rod becomes very difficult, because in order to do it, you'd have to do this tricky little bomb jump to light that last lamp first, and then fall down the hole, get back to the top of the room where you'd have to enter from and get the other areas.
Yeah, I think I have seen ever one race where that actually happened, where the runners were in GT, they did not have Fire Rod, and they did have to come this way, and it was one of the most tense things I've ever watched, having to deal with that.
Okay, so now 6 chest check, no big key. Compass room being a bust. Well, we're going to go ahead and grab the small key here and mirror out. So if Osse goes straight to the left side and continues that way, he is going to gain a lot of ground, but Osse's going to the right.
Or Osse could make that Galaxy Brain tile room play and
Could
get the
be.
key immediately.
Okay, and the torch has number 7 is a small key. And Osse just going to do the hope room and then follow on Khloe. So now we're getting close again. Number 8 is a piece of heart. Number 9 is the big key, and Khloe gonna check these other two.
Looking for those silvers.
Key. And another small key. He has 5 small keys. I think that's enough. And it's gonna get head on up.
And our tracker Lumaga has won the big key game, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that's fitting. I mean, the trackers are true MVPs, doing the hard work behind the scenes and making sure we know what everything has been picked up and what dungeons have been cleared.
Especially with, I've noticed the tracker has been very laggy tonight, and that is always the most frustrating thing when you're tracking. You click the button, you see the web page refresh, but the stream doesn't. You're like, am I going crazy? What's going on?
Okay, Khloe gonna have to be a little careful here. Only down to 2 hearts.
Yeah, we're seeing already the impact of that lower heart pool and that lack of red.
Gonna use the cape to get through. We'll see if he decides to go to the Josh's Fairies room in this area. This might be a good time to, pulling out the bombs. Gonna go ahead and go for that.
With the bug net and the spare bottle, hard to turn down. And this is going to be the point where Osse pulls it.
Wow.
Oh, we have a race here, ladies and gentlemen.
We have a race. A lot could be decided in these next few rooms.
Khloe having a little bit of problem with one of those conveyors. Osse handling the ice rooms very well in the meantime. Very nice kill from Osse. Land motes.
Very, very nice.
Khloe again already looking a little low on that heart count. We'll have to see how that how he feels about whether or not he needs to pot heading into the next floor of the gauntlet.
Yeah, I often talk about the powder being my favorite luxury item. Going all the way through GT without it, you don't notice how much that helps when you can just powder an anti-fairy almost anytime you want just to get that refill. We don't have that luxury here, so it does make things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, the powder, the half magic, those are the things you don't know how much you like them until they're gone. Khloe, by the way, having an absolutely beautiful Landmo 2 fight.
I'll see a little low on magic and use the lamp for this room. He's gonna check at least one of these chests, probably hoping for some silver arrows.
We'll see if Khloe checks that other chest. That's two opportunities for silvers there. Could make or break the seat.
And that 300 rupee drop that we could have used way back at the beginning.
Yeah, instead of, all the bombs. So So both of our runners turning their noses up at some of these chests here. Osse starting off his geometry quiz, looking pretty good so far.
Nice double there. And Aga 2 is down.
All right, now Osse has the advantage of the Agatu fight in terms of timing right now, but you know we are only like a single fall away from this lead change.
Yeah, and chat talking about the differences here. It also helped that Osse did not go all the way to the right side, did not check the compass room, just check the hope room, and then mirror it out, and then followed it to the left side. So he saved a little bit of time there, and then of course not having to get those fairies.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, it's the gamble that has paid off for him. Okay, Osse putting those boots to some good work here on Gan.
Does a nice job avoiding most of those fire bats.
Ganon, please.
Okay, there, he's finally standing still. Oh, and the Silveros were in... they were in the tower somewhere.
Oh. Oh, man. If they were in one of those chests they skipped, how bad.
We'll never know. God, I so want to know now. But instead, we'll have to do 12 spins here, so, since at least we have the Tempered Sword.
Yep, and Osse did get that torch glitch. Pretty important when you're running on half magic. Or without half magic, I'm sorry.
Now, to be fair, there were plenty of... Yeah, there we go, finishing it up. But to be fair, those silvers could have easily been in the basement area. There were a lot of chests we didn't end up checking. And as Osse, about to cross the bridge, does finish up with an official SRL time of 1:31.41. GG to Osse. Very nicely done. Very close race as Khloe's about to finish. Also gets the torch glitch. But yeah, that does mean that Osse wins this series 2-0 and will be moving on. Or will be in the winner's bracket, I should say. We're still in the first round here. And welcome,
That's right.
Yeah, and let's let Khloe go ahead and finish up before we welcome in Osse, who has decided to join us in our voice chat here. And there it is. And Khloe finishes up with an official SRL time of 1:32.53, just over a minute behind. Very, very close race. And yeah, so GG, Osse.
GG. Yeah, it was real close, real tense at the end.
Yeah, also joining us is Khloe.
Hi-yo, GG's.
So, there were a lot, mostly you were following a lot of it was Khloe following Osse, but Khloe, you took a bit of a lead when you found that fire rod. Osse was late to the book. Because having fake flippered over to Zora the first time, was not able to pick it up, and thus was not able to check that Bombos tablet. So
Normally
kind
you do them in the other order. So it's Ice Rock Cave to Zora area.
Yep.
And if I had done that, I could have splash deleted, got the book, and then checked Bombos when I was turning purple chest. Would have known way sooner.
Yeah, we were a little worried that you might go into swamp there.
Yeah, I mean, that was the entirety of my strategy, was hope that I could outroute Osse, which is not an easy thing to do.
No, not at all.
Because definitely wasn't going to be able to outplay him. I mean, he's really freaking good at this game. But that was still fun. I'm glad I was close.
Yeah, it was very, very close. And the two things in the end that, because you took a bit of a lead at that point, managing to finish up Ice Palace and finishing up, as you were finishing up Eastern and Osse was going into Ice. The extra checks in the big key, looking for the big key on the right side, plus the having to stop off and pick up those fairies on your way up the tower just made a huge difference.
Yeah, the seed was not nice to me health-wise. I mean, even earlier in the seed, when I went up to pod, I died on the way up there, and that's probably close to a minute there as well. And I mean, just like little things, like my cold stare execution was really just awful. That was awful. And then I also ended up doing Desert Palace extremely early and beat Lanmo with just the bow, which... It was
not easy.
I guess impressive, but also very slow.
Yeah, it was definitely slow. Yeah, by the time Osse got into Desert Palace, he had the boots too, so that helped him a lot there.
I was figuring that if Khloe got the book early, then she'd probably do Desert, and then I'd have a much faster Desert.
I was very much hoping that something was in Desert because of the way I routed it. Because I routed to Flippers first, and then went down to South Shore and got the book really early. So I'm like, oh, well, this book is definitely before Osse, so I'm gonna either Osse splash deleted and got the book, or I have the book extremely early. So I'm gonna follow it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a reasonable play at the time, and also the fact you had to go back into the mirror. Not having the mirror when you went into pod doesn't help either, because it's not uncommon to go ahead and do Eastern everything but the end, and then just say, well, I'll have, by the time I get to pod, I'll have the mirror. I can just do it then. And of course, you didn't have it yet, so it didn't become an option.
I mean, I was thinking that, but also, like, pod was very available when we got Dark World access.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus, it was Mitts and pod, and you want that before going West Dark World.
Absolutely.
Mitts are always in pod. I mean, that's just how the game is played, right? I thought that's what the seed title was.
Certainly not unusual.
So, how about that over 45 minutes until a sword appeared in the sea?
I'm just glad I didn't die to, like, Blind or Helmasaur.
Yep.
Because Helmasaur, I had fun. I mean, like, Swordless is interesting.
I like Swordless.
Yeah, it's a good thing you both picked up that cape. It turned out to be being pretty important.
Yeah, that crossed my mind. That's like, if this was a daily seed, that someone would have just race game, skipped that cape, and been kicking themselves later. But it was like the first thing that we found, so I didn't want to skip it.
Okay, so who else is in this group of yours that you guys will be playing next?
Osse's playing Zelda. That's gonna be great.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be real good.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
I forgot who else was in our bracket. I haven't looked at the bracket.
No, Zelda has a bit of an edge on me in execution. But
yeah, Zelda in chat saying obscure life form. You get to play obscure life form.
Oh, hey, I know him. He's good at this game too.
Well, there's a lot of people. Top 128. I mean, I'd say you have to be pretty good just to get into this tournament. So. So it should be some good matches all around, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm excited. Even if I get my tail beat in, I'm still excited because this is just a lot of fun. And maybe I'll see Osse in or like you're gonna be telling her, aren't you, Osse?
Hopefully.
Well, I'm sure Zelda will have something to say about that, but it'll be fun to watch. Okay.
It was a good set of games. Especially this one. It's a real exciting ending. But they're all pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Ganon when you finished. That's all I can ask for, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, against like you and probably most other people, as long as I'm in Ganon's tower, I feel like I did decent, honestly. It's just like really terrible when you're still looking for a go mode item and someone finishes and you're like, why?
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, it was really spectacular race. It was fantastic how close you guys were to each other in GT. The lead didn't even cross until halfway up the tower. You guys have any?
I hate to say it, literally, as you were picking up the fairies, Khloe, Osse was going right by you. That was.
Oh yeah, I tuned in to watch. I'm just like I'm sitting here with a stopwatch for each room and watching the seconds game between us. Not really, but I'll say execution was just on point. It was once he passed me in GT, it was really hard to gain any seconds on him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a pleasure to watch you guys race. Thank you both so much for bringing this entertainment to us. You guys have any last thoughts about the seeds or your upcoming race?
Well, I guess not.
No,
Go for it.
Thanks again for having me.
Yep. Thanks for calming Tracy and Tau Decay. Thanks for our trackers and other stream helpers.
Yeah, and be sure to follow these runners and follow my co-commentator and our tracker, Lumago, who did all the hard work. And also thank you to Maddie Walker for setting us up early on the speed gaming side of things. And there are some matches still going tonight. So we do have, looks like, okay, let me make sure I get these time zones right. It looks like on Speed Gaming 3, we've already got JP Brewers Fan JP versus Frostbite, and on Speed Gaming 2 we have Hitaka versus Koi. Both should be really good races if you want to continue to tune on to Link to the Past. Whole lot of races going on tomorrow all day long. I just covered with Link to the Past races on the Speed Gaming networks. The first few rounds of the tournament, just all these matches going on. Hardly a time when you can't tune into something or another. So, and also make sure if you aren't already following all the Speed Gaming networks and all the ALTTP randomizer channels to catch the randomizers, you need to do so. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for us. So I'll let you close us off, Tau. But yeah, thank you for joining me, and thank you to everybody else. Thank you all for watching.
Thanks again to our runners, Khloe Prower, Osse101, our tracker Lumaga, and thank you so much, Tracy, for doing commentary with me tonight. I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you again for more random.